Why did Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend warn Taylor Swift about cheating? Why did Kim Kardashian call Kourtney a bad mom? And why on earth are the writers of American Horror Story choosing to throw shade at Olivia Wilde? Let's get into it. So this is crazy. Taylor Swift just received a very harsh warning from Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend, who claimed that he cheated on her years ago and he will most likely do it again. So now it seems like Taylor's new boyfriend from the Kansas City Chiefs has a ton of red flags that she needs to watch out for. Maya Banbury dated Travis for several months back in 2016, and now she's come out of the woodwork to expose him. She spoke to dailymail.com and straight up said that he was unfaithful to her during their relationship. She even used the phrase, "once a cheater, always a cheater," and she addressed Taylor Swift directly. Quote, "Taylor seems like such a fun girl with a beautiful spirit, so I wish her the best of luck. But I wouldn't be a girl's girl if I didn't advise her to be smart. I'm sure by now she has mastered the ability to see who is really there for her and who is just using her. I can only hope that she comes out the teacher in the situation and not the student." So it sounds like Maya had a really bad experience dating Travis Kelce, and she is genuinely trying to warn Taylor about getting involved with him as well. Of course, he's now denied these accusations and accused Maya of just trying to get her 15 minutes of fame. But it's really hard to ignore her comments completely. If it is true, it would certainly be a very disappointing turn of events, considering how much fans love the idea of Taylor and Travis together. Talk of their romance first started when he revealed on his podcast that he tried to get her attention at her concert with a friendship bracelet and he had his phone number on it. Unfortunately, Taylor had left the stadium before he could get it to her, but she found out about it after the conversation went public. As speculation started to grow, his brother Jason stoked the flames further during an interview where he called the dating rumors 100% true. And he also said that they're doing great together. Eventually, Travis addressed the rumors in his own interview and said, "I threw it out there, I threw the ball in her court." So clearly his invitation did the job, because just a few weeks later, Taylor was seen getting into the game as the Kansas City Chiefs battled the Chicago Bears. She was enthusiastically cheering him on in the VIP section right next to his mother Donna. She was wearing all red and white to show her support for the team and looked like she was just having a blast watching the game. The two of them then left the stadium together in Travis's vintage convertible and spent time together at a private after party in Kansas City. And at that same party, there were said to be several eyewitnesses who saw them kissing and cuddling all throughout the evening. So at this point, they're not really trying to hide the fact that, yeah, they are dating, which makes it kind of depressing that Travis is now being called out for cheating. So Maya actually dated him after winning his dating reality series called Catching Kelce. But soon after they split up, she went on to accuse him of cheating on her with sports broadcaster Kayla Nicole. She claimed that there was some overlap with their relationship. On Twitter, she wrote, "When you and your ex broke up 5 months ago, but you find out via social media that he's supposedly been in another relationship for 6. For his part, Travis never really spoke publicly about these claims made by Maya. He only said that it was fake news. But interestingly enough, he also faced allegations of infidelity during his breakup with Kayla Nicole in 2020. Either way, Swifties really just want whatever is best for Taylor. While they might love the idea of her dating again, it's very easy for them to lose their minds with a few rumors floating around. And that's a big part of the reason why Taylor chose not to confirm her relationship with Maddie Healy. Even if it was just a casual thing and they were both having a bit of fun, it somehow turned into a major controversy. Swifties did not support that relationship at all, and they made that very clear, despite the fact that nothing was ever out in the open. So judging from all that drama, it's very easy to see why Taylor chooses to keep her love life super private. In fact, she just got out of a 6-year relationship, so if she wants to explore her options or just stay single, she has every right to do so. Of course, that's not going to stop fans from speculating. They went absolutely wild when she was spotted kissing Maddie Healy at a restaurant in New York City. A few months ago, they were on a double date with Jack Antonoff and Margaret Qualley. According to eyewitnesses at the scene, neither of them ordered any food. Instead, they were mostly just kissing and cuddling. And at that point, it was said that they had been dating for about 2 months or so and were supposedly super in love. But there's just so many rumors floating around that it's really hard to pin down the real story. This time around though, it definitely seems like there's a bit more truth to it. Moving on, Kim Kardashian just said something that Kourtney Kardashian really did not want to hear. The sisters were fighting once again in the season 4 premiere of The Kardashians, when they were watching edits from their arguments in the previous season. And right away, you could tell that Kourtney was getting fired up. She said, "It makes me not want to be around, and that's totally your choice and decision. I just think we should have a conversation about it because nothing happened at the wedding. Nothing was a conversation at the wedding." Then they go back and forth about last season's argument over Kim's campaign with Dolce & Gabbana. Kourtney then said that Kim has an egotistical, selfish mind, and in response, she said that her sister is just different now. Quote, "You're just different. You hate us, us, you're a different person, we all talk about it. Then Kourtney said, why? Because I don't need you guys anymore? I don't need to be a part of it. And this is when things got really heated, because Kim said that all of Kourtney's friends have called her to complain about her. She said, we were all concerned, we all think that you're just really not happy. Kourtney then insisted that she does in fact have a happy life, but the happiness only comes in when she finally gets away from her family. So the conversation here takes a big turn when Kim tells her that her own kids have even come to her with problems that they have with how she is. And that's really the sentence that seems to break Kourtney, because she completely snaps. She tells Kim, is that helpful? You're like adding it into a fight to have a side like it's you and my friends and my kids and everyone against me. Like you're just an effing witch and I hate you. So this fight was pure and utter chaos, and just goes to show how strained the relationship between Kim and Kourtney has become. I mean, it's nothing short of toxic. So their last fight happened when Kourtney got upset that Kim was doing the Dolce & Gabbana show. In the scene, she was sitting across from Kendall and talking about Kim's role in the show. She then puts her face in her hands and starts to cry, saying she sees it as a dollar sign. Sorry, it just upsets me because it's not just about business. It's legit copying my wedding. Later on in the interview, Kim asks her if she's mad, and she seems to genuinely be thrown off by the whole question. The issue between Kim and Kourtney started at her wedding to Travis Barker. So Dolce & Gabbana designed her wedding dress when she was married to him for a third time in May of 2022. Shortly after their wedding, Kim created a collaboration with them, and she made a very memorable appearance at their show during Milan Fashion Week. Then in a confessional, Kourtney said, my sister used my wedding as a business opportunity. So she thinks that Kim stole some of her limelight just to be able to profit off of that same brand. And at this point, Kendall seemed to side with Kourtney because she said that her wedding vibes were stripped from her, whereas Kim had no idea how they even came to this conclusion. She said, I'm really confused at how this narrative came into her head. I couldn't have been any more mindful. I said, don't do anything Kourtney wore to her wedding. But apparently things got so bad that Kourtney removed herself from all 4 of their family group chat, which means that she was genuinely really upset about this whole collaboration. Thankfully, Kim did speak a little bit about this fight recently, and she said that she and Kourtney have smoothed things over. Quote, we've been there before and we'll always be okay. We're always family. That's just how we were raised. So it turns out that the actual show created a lot of these arguments between them. Kim said, you film it, you think you're all good, we make up, and then you edit it, and I'm seeing all these things that she said behind my back, and she's saying all these things that I'm saying behind her back, and the tension rises all over again. It gets really tricky and it gets really emotional, but at the end of the day, we still love sharing our life. So hopefully that's just what's going to happen this time around as well. When it comes to their show, some of their fights are very clearly just made up for the cameras, but sometimes you can actually tell that the sisters have real beef with each other, and that's when things get really interesting. Speaking of cameras and Kim Kardashian, the new season of American Horror Story is turning out to be pretty scandalous. For some reason, the writers have decided to take shots at Olivia Wilde and accused her of gaslighting people over the Don't Worry Darling press tour drama. The AHS story follows Emma Roberts' Anna, who is an actress desperate to have a baby and an Oscar. Alongside her is Kim Kardashian, who plays Siobhan, her publicist, and she is helping her through it and attempting to manage her public image along the way. So in episode 2, Anna experiences a horrific vomiting episode on stage while accepting a Gotham Award. Mortified and panicking about what her next move will be, she looks to Siobhan for help. She then gets in full Kris Jenner mode and suggests that they pull a wild card. While the Don't Worry Darling premiere is not mentioned by name, it's not hard to see exactly what they're referring to. She literally says, we are going to pull a wild card, as in Olivia Wilde. Siobhan explains it by saying, don't mention what happened and wait until everyone forgets, / low-key gaslight people that do ask, and make them think that they're the problem because, you know, sexism. So for those who aren't well versed on the Don't Worry Darling drama, here's basically what happened. Reports of conflict between Olivia and the film's lead Florence Pugh came out, and that was seemingly fueled by the fact that Olivia and Harry Styles started dating during filming. Rumors then started circulating that Olivia was not always present on set because of her relationship with Harry, and the fact that Florence did nothing to promote the film added even more fuel to the fire. All the rumors then led to a huge amount of backlash towards Olivia on social media, which many people claimed was rooted in sexism. During the film's press tour, she vaguely addressed the barrage of questions about some of the rumors, but she mostly just ignored it all. And now, over a year after it all happened, AHS is shading the hell out of Olivia's response, and it's hilarious. Unsurprisingly, people have some thoughts about what the show decided to do. They tweeted things like, Kim K's Olivia Wilde line on AHS Delicate shocked me, and play the Olivia Wilde card. Hook up with an actor in a movie we're directing while neglecting the movie itself. But of course, not everyone joined in on the hate train. There were also a lot of people coming to her defense. One person criticized the writers for dragging a woman who's already been relentlessly publicly shamed, all just to get some headlines for for the show. To add to that, they insinuated that sexism is overused as a justification. So there's really no doubt that the line was a little problematic. From a social media standpoint, it definitely worked. There are now more people talking about American Horror Story than ever before. And realistically, we all know that the show kind of went downhill after season 3. So it's not that surprising that the writers are willing to do pretty much anything to get people hyped for this season. That's probably why they cast Kim Kardashian as well. So what do you guys think? Would you be watching the show? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.